Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy. Welcome back and welcome aboard. Today we are back in the Phenom 100 and we are going to be making our way to Jawf in Libya. Unfortunately, On Air has not really assigned us any jobs that have taken us out of Libya yet. Hopefully the next one will be it. But in the meantime, cruising altitude today will be 37,000. Flight time is going to be 1 hour and 13 minutes. Absolutely clear skies today. So nothing really much there to worry about. So we are pretty much ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and set our flaps. We're right in front of the runway. Going to be departing runway 34 here today. Going to get our taxi lights on as well. Yeah, everything else is looking good checklist wise. So we're pretty much ready to go. Nav lights on. Our strobe lights on as well. We've got our taxi lights on. CAS looks good. No messages except for our parking brake being on. Let's go ahead and set our CDI source to nav. Flight director is on. When we take off, we're gonna have to make a left turn to head south. Outside of that, yeah, I think we have everything all set. Just gonna take a quick look at our trim as well. Oops, that's the wrong one. So I think I'm gonna do more back trim because we're pretty much out of our center of gravity. It's kind of weird with the weights and stuff. We're just going to leave it as is. I'm going to wait for my flaps to get back into position. In fact, let's go ahead and start our taxi. Put our flaps back to flap 1 on the way while we're there. But yeah, we're pretty much good to go, folks. So let's get started. Don't really know why the flap travel is so long. But it is for some reason. Alright, so our flaps are back to 0. We're going to put them back to flaps 1 again. As you saw, we're actually very heavy today. We have passengers, full load of passengers in that, and cargo. About 300 pounds to be exact. So it's very hot down here. Almost 40 degrees C. We are in the desert. This is going to be an evening flight, and we're hoping that we get in with some sunlight to spare. We should, technically. It's only 4 o'clock, but we'll see what happens. Alrighty. Coming down to the end of the runway. If you saw the previous flight to get here, you saw that we are pretty much smack dab in the middle of the desert right now. It's not one piece of vegetation in sight. So yeah, doesn't make for too much excitement when you're flying in. But when we get in the air, we're going to do our normal discovery of our next destination. And we're going to see what we're going to be flying into. Kind of hoping it's going to be a little more interesting. But time will tell. we're just gonna line up on the runway. Okay, checks before takeoff. Flap configuration is good. We have our trim set. Bleed set to auto. Bleed should be down here. Yeah, it's on both. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Auto. Bleeds both. Air conditioning as required. Ice protection is acquired. Cast messages. All we have is our parking brake. Passenger signs are set to PED belt. Belts. PD belts. And yeah, autopilot panel looks good. And I still don't know how to set toggle mode in this aircraft, so but we would have done that already. Okay, transponder is already on. Nav lights on. Oh, kind of going back over another checklist. Yeah, we're all good to go, folks. We're all good to go. Yaw damper is off. All right, cool. Let's get out of here, folks. Gonna set our thrust for takeoff. Wait for the engines to stabilize, which they have, and away we go. Looking for about 108 knots. So applying a little bit of left rudder to keep us straight. So really heavy, that's why we're going for so long now. 100 knots coming up. And rotate. Gear up. Gonna set our trim. Make sure the nose stays down. I'm not gonna do what we did last time. Flaps up. And we're gonna start our left turn. In fact, let's let the heading mode do that for us. Autopilot on. I'm gonna go heading mode. I'm gonna do flight level change as well. And let's go up to about 180 knots. Let's start there. And we're just going to continue our climb out. And let's see where we actually are. Should be good. There we go. And let's just take a quick look. All we see is sand. That is it, folks. Nothing but sand. And there's the town of Buatafel off right there in the distance. Let's go to nav mode. And I said our CDI source is set, so we should be good to go. So we hit our flight track, we should start our right turn and be on our way. So now that we're climbing, let's go ahead and move our throttles back down to the climb detent. And let's look at our takeoff checklist. And already engaged our autopilot, and our yaw damper is on as well. We selected nav mode. It should be kicking in sometime soon. Selected our flight level change mode. It's saying 160. We are going up to 180. Flaps are retracted, and yeah, takeoff checklist is complete. At this point, we've crossed 3,000, so we can actually go all the way up to 200 knots if we wanted to. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so our thrust levers should be in climb right now. Looks like they're still in takeoff. It's a little bit behind. They're in climb now. Flaps are retracted. Landing gear is up. Yaw damper is on. Ice protection as required. We definitely don't need it right now. Yeah, everything else is good. I'm gonna keep our landing lights and taxi lights on until 10,000 feet. Well, our landing lights on at least until 10,000 feet, and then we should go ahead and switch them off after that. All right, so now that we have everything all stabilized and we are on our way, folks, we're going to go ahead and we are going to talk about our destination for today. I just realized what's been going on with my OBS. Oh my gosh. I was trying to figure out why there's a weird black bar over the top all this time. It's because my view is kind of slid down a little bit. Did not realize that. Okay, well, that's fixed. Alright, so as I mentioned, we are going to be talking about our destination today, which is Jawf, Libya, and the airport is going to be called Kufra because it's in the Kufra district. So Jawf, Libya is a place with a unique charm, especially if you're drawn to the mystique of the desert. So I guess we're not going to be leaving the desert again. Often seen as a getaway to the vast Sahara, it offers stunning landscapes where the desert stretches endlessly, creating a scene that's both majestic and humbling. The tranquility of Jawf is almost palpable. It's an oasis where time seems to slow down, allowing you to fully appreciate the beauty of its surroundings. So what's particularly interesting about Jawf is its connection to the ancient trade routes that once crisscrossed the Sahara. So traders would pass through this region bringing goods, stories, and cultures from distant lands. And this historical significance adds a layer of intrigue to the already captivating environment. The people of Jawf are known for their hospitality, a tradition that's been passed down through generations. So visitors often speak of the warm welcome they receive, making the experience of exploring this remote part of Libya even more memorable. So, Jawf is more than just a place. It's a doorway to history, culture, and the awe-inspiring desert that defines much of Libya's landscape. Alright folks, so that's a quick discussion about Jawf, and we're going to continue our climb. Probably will be in the air, or climbing and cruising probably for the next half hour, 40 minutes or so before we start our descent. So I will see you guys when I get back, and I will talk to you then. All right, Take care. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are on approach into Jawf, and let's take a quick look at our approach for today. We're actually heading right over the airport now. If you look right off in front of us, that's the airport right there. And if we look at the approach, let's just bring it up here. Navigraph. It's gonna come up. One sec. Navigraph charts. Here we go. So we're gonna be doing the VOR DME runway 02 approach. So right now we're actually heading over this this curve for VOR, and then we're going to be doing a loop back and heading back towards runway 02. So it's pretty much straightforward. And we're gonna come back to the flight here. We're starting our approach. We're starting that loop now in order to kind of head back towards the runway. And while we're doing that, we're gonna get prepared for landing. So we already have our landing lights on, and we're just slowing down right now so we can get our flaps out. We are starting that turn that I just mentioned. If we just go, let's get our range in. If you just bring up Navigraph again really quick. So we are kind of coming here to the DME5, and we're going to do this right turn, and we're going to head out on heading 237. Now it's sort of, you can't really see where I am because there's some issue going on where it can't connect to the sim, but we're about right there right now. Okay, and we're now making the right turn. So let's come back out here so you can see. It's looking absolutely beautiful here though. This view in the desert was a lot more beautiful than I thought it was going to be. Just kind of crazy. See if we can get a quick look over the wing. Yeah, it looks really good. Because it's evening time right now. We're looking at about 5 o'clock. And I'm going to let the aircraft slow down so we can go to our flap extension speed. So we're going to hit flaps 1 really soon. Coming back to the checklist here. I think we go ahead and actually just get the flaps out now. And we're just going to go flaps 1, just apply a little bit of thrust here. We're going to stay at 3,000 feet until we get to the next waypoint, after which we're going to descend to 2,000, and from there we're going to go in for the landing, folks. So I'm going to just try my best to get us set up and ready for the landing. Just now starting the turn that's going to kind of get us back towards the runway. Very interesting looking. Didn't expect it to look like this. I don't know if it's because it's it's night, it's evening time or what, but it's pretty cool, I must say. Alright, so when we turn back, I'm gonna go gear down, and we're gonna go flaps 2. It's interesting though, flying around in Libya right now, it's a lot of I don't know, like a lot of the airports don't really seem to be that advanced in terms of like navigation technology and all that. So for a little while now, I haven't really seen too much like RNAV or ILS for sure. It's probably because we're flying into kind of airports that are more in the outskirts. Right, altimeter is set. Alright, so now we're kind of heading towards the airport. Kind of feel like that's it out there, even though those runways look a little janky. It looks like they have kind of big dips in them and stuff. I hope that's not the case. Alright. So as soon as we, oh no, let's go ahead and let's do that now. Let's get our gear down. And our approach speed with flaps 3 for our current weight. We're looking at about 106 knots. This is kind of what we're aiming for. So, flaps 3. Alright, those runways look, well, I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna say they look a little better, but I honestly have no idea. And what I'm afraid of is that I don't know, is that a runway or is that a taxiway? I'm assuming that's the runway here on the right. I hope that is. That one looks a little better. Anyway, we're just gonna maintain our speed for now and not think about it. Okay, it looks like the no, it looks like the runway is what? It looks like 02 left is the runway that's not being used. Sorry, 02 right is not being used, so we have to go for 02 left. Okay, so I'm going to take over from here actually. Yaw damper autopilot off, and we're going to kind of descend. We're going to go for about 2,000 feet. That's what we're aiming for at the next waypoint. According to this chart I have here, the right runway is not in use, so I feel like I probably shouldn't try and land on that. Right now we have a 24 knot headwind, which is pretty crazy. I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. Alright, landing lights are on, yaw damper and autopilot are off, gear is down. And yeah, everything else looks good, folks. We are ready for landing. So it looks like the autopilot is trying to get us on 0 to right, but I don't think that we're supposed to be using that. So I'm gonna ignore what the autopilot's saying, because you know that's always the best thing to do. I'm gonna stick to 0 to left. It's pretty interesting though how it's like a hill going up from 0 to left to 0 to right. Interesting. So I'm gonna try and stay as center as possible, just kind of hand flying things. 500 feet, check. Kind of glad that for these airports, I've had good weather all this time. Pretty much been blessed in both of my tours to not have to worry about weather like that. Alright, need to stop looking left. There we go. Very high on approach.
Landing time log.
All right. Landed right man first. It's okay though. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Jawf. Now, to be honest, I actually have no idea how we're gonna get up this hill to I have no idea. Because I think the terminal is on the other side. This is ridiculous. This is very ridiculous. All right, flight director. Flight director off. Gonna go landing lights off. And we're just gonna taxi over here to the left. Because yeah, I don't. There's no way we're gonna get up this hill to. There's just no way. And I'm gonna have to remember that for our next flight. Okay. Gonna go flaps up. It's gonna take them a while to get back up. So where we're heading now is just like a little helipad here. Not really I actually have no idea. It's not really much to this airport except for really long runways. 12,000 foot runway and very, very tiny terminal. Alrighty. Flaps are finally up, and yeah, we're just gonna come right here. And I'm just gonna park in the corner. Yeah, right there. Alrighty. So let's come up top, get our landing lights off, stirrups and come off as well. Let's see, get our chocks on, cargo door can come open. Okay, well I guess, well maybe we can't do that because the engine's on. Yeah.
Engine off time logged. The flight is finished. It has been monitored by On Air.
That is it, folks. Door is open. And passengers can leave. And that is it, folks. Wow, that's pretty crazy. How like steep that hill is. That's ridiculous. Anyway, folks, that's about it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this flight. I will be back. We're going to continue the African tour in the near future. But yeah, outside of that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video if you see fit. And I'll catch you on the next one. This is your boy FlyIslandGuy saying stay safe and most importantly, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.